Hey fellow metahumans, you've stumbled across this video, meaning you're either curious about the game, or you're playing the beta yourself and are in need of some boss info. I'm gonna make this real easy for you. In this video, I'll be covering the foul Shadowhunter, aka the slime boss, and the very first real big bad monster you'll be taking on outside of the tutorial. I'll take you through where he is, his stages, and the deviant festering gel that you can get from beating him. Now, you guys should be a bit familiar with him from an earlier battle at the Haunted Manor, while doing your main storyline. While that was just a little shadow gremlin, we're taking on the big boy now. For this boss, you'll find him at the Monolith of Greed. Now, the Monolith of Greed can be found right here on your map. If you're having trouble finding it, Deadsville, just go north. And I'm currently at the teleport tower here. Once you're at the Monolith of Greed, you'll want to head in here. You're going to head down and just to the rift anchor down there to start the battle. Now, before you do, there are some rooms just located right outside here. You can get some more stuff before you head in. Now, before you meet the Ravenous Hunter, make sure you have your weapons and armor calibrated and modded to the best you can. Maybe repaired too if you've been shooting a lot of the little boys around the map. Go prepared essentially. Make sure you've got activators, and if you have no self-confidence like me, maybe a few adrenaline shots as well. This boss is recommended for level 10 and higher with a 2-player minimum. He's got a whole whack load of explosives and some nasty gelatinous head tissue to throw at you. But honestly, his stages are pretty simple, and even with low-level beginner gear and guns, he can be beaten with a little patience.
Help me! Shouldn't have tried to take what was yours.
Forgive us. You are truly a great one.
Mercy, please!
Even without their submission.
As you can see, this great one's a bit of a diamond in the rough. He's a sloppy, hot mess held together with good old-fashioned firepower. But when we're done with him, he'll be a cute little house pet. For stage 1, the big bad slime over here is going to be using his Gatling gun to attack. Just like you did with his shadow gremlin prior, you're obviously going to want to avoid the bullet storm, even if his bullets are puny and weak. Now, if you haven't already noticed, his Gatling gun has its own little health bar there. The idea here is to knock that sucker right out of his slimy little hands and use his weapon against himself. Stay in cover when he's using it, shoot the hand to knock it out, and stagger him. Then let all hell let loose on him with his own gun by shooting those weak, puny bullets into that squishy head of his. Stage 2 is just as simple as the last one. He's going to quake in fear over you and hop up onto the stage type area. While he's cowering, we're going to have some monster spawners come in and throw some enemies at you. There's one on each side of the room that needs to be destroyed, and once you break it, all the monsters that spawn from that one will die. If you don't need to shoot enemies, don't do it. Just simply stay behind those handy pillars and go whacking at those spawns. Stage 3 is going to be fun and very explosive. He's got a rocket launcher and he's not afraid to use it. Thankfully, rather than wasting all your bullets on him, you can just simply take an explosive barrel or two from around the room and wing those suckers right into him. The barrels are going to do a fair amount of damage each, so you should only need a couple. You're going to whip right through that phase and avoid him blasting your butt raw. Now, the real nice thing about this boss is he only really has those 3 stages. Stage 2 will come back in between each one, but it's pretty straightforward. If you ain't dead, you just need to keep repeating. At the end of your first battle, Slime Boy will drop the Festering Gel Deviant for you. He's just a cute little goober. Don't forget to bring him back home and lock him in his comfy little jail cell. This little cutie has 2 skills for you to utilize: Flawless Fortification and Build Fortification, both just being walls. With Flawless, you can throw the slime wherever you'd like to create a wall that knocks back enemies. With Build, you put a wall down right next to where you were standing. As far as taking care of this little guy, he only has 2 preferences, which are pretty easy to meet. Once you're able to generate power, all you have to do is use a red light in your base and spend 2 watts of power. Talk about easy to please. I just want to say thanks to anyone who took the time to watch my video. This video is sponsored by the wonderful people over at Starry Studios, who've been kind enough to give me a key to their current beta and accept me into their creator program. If you like what you saw and want me to keep creating more Once Human content, I encourage you to like the video and subscribe to catch future uploads. Now, before I end the video, I do have a special treat for everyone. Starry Studios has given me a few codes to the beta that I still haven't given away. If you have a chance to stop by my Twitch when I'm live, just ask how you can get a key for the game, and maybe you'll be the lucky one who gets to join. The beta doesn't end till around May 26th, so there's still tons of time to play and catch up. You can find me over at Twitch with the username FearNoFuture. Thanks for watching, MetaHumans, and remember, once you were merely human. Now you have the power to remake the world.